What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the gym. So we're going to go through the equipment that's in here and some of the simple exercises you can do on it. And just thinking outside the box, people get intimidated by stuff, right? So we got the squat rack. A lot of people think, well, I'm not going to squat, I'm not going to bench press, I'm not going to do pull-ups. Well, you can do lots of other things on a squat rack that are very beneficial. Obviously, not a lot of people are going to be doing pull-ups, but if you want to do pull-ups, what Sarah and I do is we left this here, it's a little fold-up ladder or step ladder, whatever you want to call it. What you can do is you can put these like so, and you can stand on it, whatever height you are, and you just use the ladder as some assistance. So you can kind of stretch those legs out, kind of do your pull up. Just obviously be careful when you're stepping up and down. That's just a good option there. The nice thing with the barbells is you can do a lot of stuff, right? So what you can do here is you can take these pins out, all these holes. You just want it to latch into place so it doesn't go anywhere. Obviously you want it to be the same height, right? But there's lots of things you can do. So we can put this barbell on. This is probably a little high, but you can put whatever height to elevate, and you can do push-ups like so, which is really nice. You don't have to get on the ground. You don't have to do any of that. The lower you move that bar down, the harder it's going to be. The higher the bar comes up, the easier it's going to be. Also, to get the back, you can sit underneath, and it's almost like a pull-up, basically. You can get those lats, same thing, kick those legs under you, and that's what's going to take a lot of that weight off. So that's always nice. Right here, I like to do dips because it feels better on my wrists. So you can kick those feet out, you can get some dips going, get those triceps going. And another thing I love about those bars is they're just great to stretch on. So you can kick that leg up, stretch out those hamstrings, and all this you don't need to go under the ground to do, which is really nice. And then like I get really sore calves, so I can almost massage my calf on those bars. It's always so tender down there. So it's kind of a good calf massager. So that's just a few things you can do on the squat rack, so don't get intimidated by it. So we're going to talk about our TRX straps. These are called suspension training. They're very good because all they do is they use body weight. So anybody can use these. I do recommend having all the weights on this side of the squat rack because we are pulling on it and we want that weight in the back to hold everything down nice and tight. We do have a little chart here that shows some exercises. Some are, a little extreme, but it kind of gives you a good idea. But the ones I really like to do, one of my favorites is we all get stiff when we get older, right? So keeping that mobility is the biggest thing, range of motion. So that's what we need. So the nice thing is you can lean back on these straps, and now you got half your body weight off of your legs, and you can just squat and just get that full range of motion on those legs. A lot of people can't do a full body weight squat because it kind of hurts their knees or whatever it may be. So the nice thing too, the wider you go with those legs, a wide squat is going to work the inner parts of those legs. The narrower we get is going to work on the outside of those legs. So squats are awesome. You can do lunges, same thing. Just keep those straps tight, and it's going to take a lot of weight off those legs. Sarah and I both love doing rows. So a row, you can do a low row like this where you keep those elbows tucked in. That's going to work that's going to work that lower back. And then if we pop those elbows up, it's going to work that upper back. And the upper back is very good for posture. Because if we can get that upper back strong, it's going to roll those shoulders back. We also can do bicep curls. Just like so is working the biceps. There's all kinds of good stuff. And another one of our favorites, if we turn around, with a barbell, they're called skull crushers. So it's basically like a skull crusher. And we keep those elbows tucked in, and we push away, and we're working those triceps. Just like so.
They won't feel like much, but boy.
Yeah, you'll get sore. You'll get sore. In this too, same thing. We can do a push-up again. So we just lean forward. And the beauty of this is the farther those feet come out, the easier things get. So it's really simple that way. These are awesome. Anybody can use them. The key is just always keep the straps tight. If you see the straps doing this, that means you're just going too fast. Just keep them tight and control it. Control that movement. So that's kind of the TRX straps. There's tons of stuff that you can do on these, but I'm just kind of keeping it to the basics. Okay, so now we're in the stretching corner. So we got some nice mats that we can roll out on the floor. Do your stretches, which we have. This is body weight, and then stretches are down here. So if you have any questions or what might help, this might give you some idea, or we can always help too. So yeah, you can throw it on your mats, foam roller. Not sure if anybody's used these, but they're really great to loosen up muscles. You can put them on the ground. I like it for my back. You kick those hips up and you can roll out all those nice back muscles. If you get really tight, it'll even crack your back quite a bit. So it feels really good. You can roll out everything you want. So that's what that is for. We got some bands here. A lot of these bands are nice just to kind of loosen up your shoulders. You can kind of put your hands through and up and over. Obviously, some people can't do this, but you just, you start where it is comfortable and you work your way through it. You can do rotators. We all have issues with our rotators, almost everybody. And a simple band pull apart is really good for those rotators. And we can almost do basically a lap hold on with a band. So what you do is you hold it up and you pull those bands back and squeeze those shoulder blades together. And that's really gonna help the posture too. And there's a million things you can do with bands. I'm just kind of touching it a little bit. You can use them to wrap around the bar there to help assist do a pull up. But I would recommend just using this. It's just a lot safer.
And they're all like different strength.
Yep. So the thickness of the band means it's tighter. So this is the hardest to stretch, and then it just goes down the line. Yep.
And when you have your hands together closer versus apart, that increases or decreases the stretch.
Yep. Just like it's just a glorified rubber band is all it is. So it's pretty simple. You can use them for a lot of things. You can even step on them like so. Say you have hip problems and you want to strengthen those hips. You kick those toes in and you just stretch that band out. That's really good for those hips and those good for that lateral movement that we lose a lot because we're always going back and forth. All right, so now we're over in the free weight section. Which is I'm pretty excited about. We got some cool stuff. So we got all matching power block benches, which are really nice benches. They have wheels on them. These you probably will never have to move, but if you do, they have wheels. You can lift them up and wheel them out of the way. They're very easily adjustable. So you can see this bar here, just goes into the notch. You can scoot it up. It'll be just like so. So it keeps elevating that bench to do shoulder presses or incline presses or whatnot. So that's really slick, and obviously it can go all the way to flat. So whatever your little heart desires. And then whenever you incline a bench like this to keep your hips in the right position, what you want to do is there's a little tab here that just pulls over, and then that's going to decline the seat so you fit a little more comfortable instead of having it flat like this. So that's always nice. Keeps those hips in the right direction. And then we got our dumbbells over here, which those are 5 pounds through 25 pounds, rubber on the outside. So if they drop, you're not breaking any tiles on the floor or anything like that. They're just a lot more sound when you click them together. And the last thing is we added power blocks. These are really awesome. So if you come over here, you can see that it goes in 5 pound increments, 10, 15, 20, 25, all the way up to 50. And the cool thing is you just take these little pins and you slide them in. So if you want to come to this side, and you slide them in, and they're color coordinated too. So the black is 10 pounds. See how it disconnects it there? If you slide it down to the white, which it'll show right on here, is 20 pounds. So they're correlated colors, and then it just keeps adding a plate to it. And then eventually when you work your way yourself all the way down, it's gonna be the whole 50 pounds. So these are really awesome. They're adjustable, easy to use, and take up minimal room. So we're really excited to add these to the equation. I've had these for many, many years. This is actually my set that I donated in here. So, but yeah, these are awesome. I think you guys are really gonna love them. All right, so we're in the stability ball corner. So I just got these. I used to have these at my gym. They're just really nice to stack the stability balls on, so they're not rolling around the gym in everybody's way. So we got the stability balls. There's 1,000,001 exercises to do on there. We're just kind of pointing out what we did. Here's the lighter dumbbells. They were in good shape, so we just figured why not keep those in there for, you know, like 2.5, 3.5 pound ones that we don't have over there. We did add a medicine ball. We had a suggestion that they liked that last medicine ball. It looked like it was leaking some sand and stuff too, so that's why we got rid of it. We got a 6-pounder. A chalkboard workout station. So in my gym, I had the same thing. And what I'd like to do is I just take chalk and I would just write out a daily or a weekly workout that you can just follow. And it'd be very simple. It'd be like a full body workout. You do a chest, a back, a leg, a ab. And, you know, if you can't do those exercises, obviously you don't do them, but at least it gives you a path to follow through the week. And then we'll probably change that on a weekly basis. It's just really cool because you come in here and it's like a workout you don't even have to think of. And we're going to try to put these videos up on this Facebook channel. So when I write this out, I'm going to go through it, show you what each one is through the gym. And that way you'll have that video to kind of guide you. So it's just a really cool way that I liked doing.
Yeah.
The one I think everyone's going to really like are the bands. Why the bands? We got nice handles on there. They're light. It's not like picking up heavy weights. So it's very easy. Anybody can use these. I anchored these nice 3 points into the 2x4 in the wall, so they're very secure, so you don't have to worry about that. There's a little clip back here that clips them in, so they're not gonna pop out and slap you, which I've had it done before. So yeah, it has a little clip in there to keep those bands in. And same thing, like Sarah was saying earlier, like this one is the hardest band. You can see how thick that is compared to this band. Right? So it's the same thing. The smaller the band, the less resistance. The thicker the band, the most resistance. The one thing you do want to watch, and I ask anybody that's using this stuff, is try not to step on these ones, because what will happen is you'll have little rocks and stuff in your shoes and it'll eventually cut this and then they start tearing. So if you're ever using them and you see a little tear in them, let us know and we can replace them. They're pretty cheap. We just want to get rid of them before it breaks on somebody, but they're pretty durable, so don't worry about it either. Yeah. So right here, this is just a storage area. So don't pull on this one. This hook here is just to store some extra bands like that, just to keep them out of the way. I'm going to show you about 10 different exercises. They're super easy. You got the upper band here, kind of like we did back there with the straps. You can do your rows. You pull, the more you scoot back, the harder that band's gonna get. So if this feels too tough out here, you step forward, and it's gonna lighten up that resistance, or you can swap those bands out for one that has lighter resistance. So you can do your rows, your low rows, you can do reverse flies, are awesome for mobility. You can even sit down on the floor if you're feeling nimble that day, and you can do like your lat pull downs, just like so, or your tight lat pull downs. So there's that. We can also do different triceps. We can push back, get those triceps. We can flip the wrists and get the different tricep muscle. And we can flip over and do tricep, like so. And then from there, you can do flies. I mean, the bands it's endless. And the reason I do different angles is because if you do different flies or different rows, it's working on different angle muscle fibers in your body. So that's why there's different hooks here.
One step back on the one where you went under the ground. If you are having a hard time going to the ground and getting up, you can always use the folding chairs.
Yeah, grab a chair, sit down, grab your band, and then just pull it back.
Yep.
Yeah, there's always a way. There's always a way. We all have limits. We all have things that hurt, knees and backs and whatever it may be, but there's always a way to work around it. So,
exactly.
And then we got like the lower ones. So like this one too, we can still do a row because now it's working on a different angle. We can still pop those elbows up. We can do bicep curls like so. And then to change up the angles, we can spin around and do bicep curls this way. So, I mean, I love bands. They're one of my favorites.
Shoulder presses is another one too.
Oh yeah, you can grab the bands, do your shoulder presses. Another one that I like to do all the time because I have finicky shoulders is just a rotator. So you just rotate that band out, and it's working on that rotator in here to keep it nice and solid inside the socket. And then you just spin around and get that other side. But yeah, I mean, it's endless. So there's probably going to be questions on these because there's just so much to do. We do have a chart here that has some basic stuff in there. You know, they get a little fancy with push-ups and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But we're just kind of sticking to the basics, the things that we know work, that are easy to remember, easy to do, and easy just to burn out a quick workout.
Yeah, strength and mobility.
Yep. To the cardio equipment, which is all the stuff that was originally in here. We did some cleaning, did a couple tweaking of things. They all seem to be working good with exception to that bike, which I'll show you in a second. But a lot of people don't know about this one is they say it doesn't work. It actually works. What they do is when they come in here, they shut everything off at night. And there's actually a switch right here. There we go. So we flip that switch on, and then that's going to power the unit. So you can shut it off when you're done, whatever. They come through and shut it off anyway. But that was one thing people just didn't think this one worked, but it works. Everyone really likes this treadmill. Everything seems to be working good on that one. This little guy up here, I really kind of like it because it's small and compact. For some reason, people are having a problem with it. And what I found out was there's speed adjusters here, and there's a start and stop button here. So when they were holding it, see, they were shutting it off, right? So now it's on, and that's fine. They were just shutting it off with their palm, and they didn't know it. So anytime you see these little metal on the grips, that means that's going to measure your heart rate. So if you put your hands there as you're working out on a machine, here we go, 2-1. We're just going to go to 3.7. When you put your hands on there, it's going to start, your heart rate's going to start going up, and it's going to show it on the screen. So the nice thing with these two is you got the speed adjustment here, speed adjustment there. So you don't have to reach here. You can always be nice and planted. and then just shut it off on this side. So that one's working good. This is the feller right here with a seat. It's like a recumbent bike with a rowing machine. So what happened is this pin in here got lost or broke or whatever happened. And that's why this bike is scooting forward. So I can't find this model any parts for it. So I'm going to try to rig something myself so we can at least adjust this seat. So if you want to use it up and down.
Yeah, because it's still in really good shape and it works.
Yeah.
It's just when you're pedaling, you are sliding all over the place.
Yeah. And then this one, obviously the same, you know. Same as that one, but everything works on this one. You got the seat adjustment on the side. And once you start pedaling, the screen comes up. But they were all in good enough shape. But yeah, so that's kind of the equipment rundown and how everything kind of works and functions. And then, like I said, we're going to put everything up on the boards. And we'll be in here working out too, because we quit our gym memberships for multiple reasons. But it's easy for us to walk up here and work out. So you'll probably run into us. We're up here for surely 3 times a week getting our workouts in. So if you see us, feel free to ask any questions. We can definitely help you.